world team member at 57 kilos, Jenna Burkert. We're in Sicily, Italy for your acclimation camp. Talk about what this experience has been like, getting to kind of get acclimated, although you will be like, you're 4 hours behind still in time zone. But
yeah, so not quite an acclimation, but pretty good views, as you can see. So yeah, it's good. This is the first time I've ever acclimated in a location like this. I mean, it's obviously pretty enjoyable. We're not in the worst conditions. So it's good. It's neat. I like the beach because I grew up in Long Island, so it's really relaxing to me. I got to know the mountains a lot living in Colorado, but the beach brings me back to my roots, so I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, talk about some of the resources that you guys get out here, because it's not just practice all the time.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think our national team coaches are doing a great job of implementing the right amount of rest. I feel like in years previous, we're all workhorses, and when it comes down to the wire, I think we want to just keep pushing, and sometimes more rest and recovery is actually to our benefit. So today is like our complete rest day, and they've been adamant on making sure we don't do too much, and that's a nice change of pace. We've got our sports psychologist here, Karen, and she's awesome. We've been going through meditations midday and then in the evenings, and then today we had a world team sports psych session, and kind of just go through the visual aspect of getting ready for competition, kind of close our eyes, imagine what the venue's going to look like, imagine how many people are going to be in the resting room, getting ready for your certain opponents, or maybe you don't even pick who your opponent's going to be, but you just visualize your best wrestling self. For me, I like to envision my best wrestling self, and also worst case scenario. I love to, visualize myself losing by a bunch of points and slowly building back up. No miraculous headlock here. Like, I like to just, score 1 point at a time. I find that's very realistic. You watch World Championships before, and I always think about Adeline in 2014, and she was about to get tech fouled by China and just kept scoring 1 point at a time. So it's important to bring yourself through those scenarios so when they happen, you're not, caught off guard.
Yeah, how helpful is it? I know you've been on world teams before, but this is your first time going back to back on world teams. Mm-hmm. So how helpful is it to have the experience and then going, right to the next one the next year?
Right. I think I was very, very prepared. All summer I got to focus on this World Championships, whereas last year I was thrown in on a week's notice.
Right.
And that was, I felt I was at my very best to be ready in that situation. I don't think a lot of people could have been called on a week's notice and gone to the Worlds, and I think I wrestled as best as I could under those circumstances, but now it's a whole new ballgame. I knew I was going to make this team as soon as I left last year's World Championship. It didn't sit well losing, 1-1 on criteria last year at the World Championship and not get another taste of it. And this is the most important year to qualify the weight, so just been ready to go all summer, excited, working on fine-tuning these little things and just really enjoying the process. I feel like my younger self took a lot of things for granted, the experience of being with my teammates and enjoying this, and they take you to the acclimation camp, and I think I thrive. I thrive off of normalcy. I like doing the same routine, and something that Terry said when we got out here, like the whole point of coming to the acclimation camp is to take you away from your bills and your problems and all the realistic life stuff. And as soon as he said that to me, I kind of just immediately relaxed, and I was like, you know what, I really need to enjoy this process, that I don't have to let the dogs out or feed the dogs or take the garbage out, all the little things. I can just focus on making sure I'm at my best to compete. So it is great to go back to back, and especially, like I said, an important year to do it.
Yeah. You talked about the circumstances last year. Allie Reagan won the spot. You were number 2. She got hurt. You got called up. Now you're both on the same team. She's at 59. You're at 57.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I think it's our first time in our career where I'm actually lighter than her. At least, making the weight and whatnot. So it's a little funny. I think we've always wrestled back-to-back, 58, and I was 60. So I think it's a little interesting for other people to see us on the same team. And, but Allie and I get along. We're friends. And when we step on the mat, it's a battle. I was crushed last year when I lost. But, Allie's a competitor. She was the right person, on that day. And fair and square. And then unfortunately what happened, it's not like I wanted to go to the World Championships under those circumstances. I wanted to earn my spot, but being called, and it was, I wanted to make sure I got the job done. And so it's good being on the team. We have a really strong team. I was talking about that with my coach last night. Like, I really, really believe that this is the team to do it. Like, I think these 10 girls are phenomenal. And I think some people will say that, like, oh, we've got a good team. Like, I don't just say that. Like, the words aren't meaningless. Like, I am passionate that I really think this team could beat Japan. I think we have a lot of great girls at the non-Olympic weights. and we've got a really stellar seasoned veteran team at the Olympic weights. It comes with a lot of experience, and I don't think we're taking that for granted. I think we all push each other, so I'm really confident with us going into Kazakhstan.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about the difference in weight, that you used to be above Allie and now you're lighter than she is. But talk about your weight management journey, because you were at 62 at one point last year, went down to 59, now you're at 57. Can you just take us through what was behind all of that and how you got to where you are, where cutting weight's not really an issue for you at this point?
It's a great thing. I don't think I would have wrestled as long as I had been. I'm going on 21 years of wrestling. I've been on the senior level a really long time, because I competed as a cadet and junior, at the senior level. So I wouldn't be wrestling as long as I am now if I didn't figure it out with weight management. And I think it's just I had to get a new relationship with food. And I think, previous I just felt like I had to, cut a bunch of weight, because that's what everyone wrestlers do. They wear layers and we cut a bunch of weight, and then we binge eat, and then we just keep doing it again, we torture ourselves. And I think I really and that's with the help of my fiance, just learn the relationship with food and how to eat healthy and how to not make it a chore. I really view my body as a machine now, and so I know that I have to put good things in my body to get good things out of it. When I eat like crap, I feel like I wrestle like crap, I walk around like crap. So, it's really important to me to stay disciplined on that. And it's not to say I don't like my little sweets. Allie was laughing at me in Japan, because as soon as we were done with practice, I was racing to the 7-Eleven, I need to have my little sweet treat that night. So it's good. It was a process. It took a long time to finally get the weight to drop. I missed weight in 17 and then had to go 63. And then when the weights changed, I just thought I would go 62. And then slowly but surely, I just started getting leaner and more fit. And 57 just seemed man, that's what I actually weigh. On any given day, I wake up 0.3 to maybe a kilo over. That's kind of pushing it. So I definitely enjoy the process now. My younger self would have never believed where I am now.
Yeah. Do you see that as an advantage for you going into something like a world championship, so you're not really having to worry about weight?
Yeah, I love that. It fuels me up. When I think, especially when we get to the competition, I see these girls in their sauna suits and they're cutting hard and they're feeling sorry for themselves and they're searching for pity left and right.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that in the States when we wrestle, and I love that when I go internationally. That hey, I'm not cutting weight. I feel great. You're out there doing an extra workout. I'm doing a workout just because I want to, just because my body feels good enough to. So, it definitely makes me feel a lot better. But with all that being said, everyone, these little advantages or maybe some disadvantages, as soon as the whistle blows, it's a fight. So I could feel great because I'm underweight or unweight or whatnot, but as soon as the whistle blows, I've got to be able to get after it.
Yeah. How do you see yourself, your transformation, wrestling-wise, whatever, from last year to this year? Because you said earn your spot, and you beat a returning world medalist. I don't think many were surprised, but many were really impressed with the fashion that you did it in. Can you just talk about your transformation in wrestling?
Yeah, I went out there to make a statement. The Open kind of really crushed me. I talked about that a lot at Final X. It was disappointing, but hindsight being 2020, I think it was the best thing. If I would have never learned to defend that single or to keep my pace up. So it was really important learning curve for me, because nothing is given. I went in the number 1 seed. I had the red singlet on all day, but with 51 seconds left in the match, I let it slip away, and that was disappointing to me. And so, I had that mentality that all this was beneath me. When I went to Raleigh, North Carolina for the World Team Trials, I wanted to rip everybody's head off, and it was pissing me off that I even had to be there. And so when I went to Final X, I wanted to rip Becca's head off. And that's just kind of my mentality. But it's good. I don't even feel like the same wrestler I was last year at Final X. I was looking even back at pictures, and I'm like, man, this year's Jenna would whoop last year's Jenna's butt. It wouldn't even be close. And I think that comes with a lot of confidence. I think I'm 26 now. I'm a more seasoned athlete. My outside life of wrestling is really good. It's really happy. It's healthy. My relationship with my coaches is good. My friendships, I really feel like I'm on solid ground. I'm not a little kid anymore searching for people to tell me what to do or looking for people's approval. I know what to do. I don't need your approval. I really don't care what anybody thinks. So I think that gives me a lot of confidence, to go on a wrestling mat, to go in any military setting, to go in a classroom setting, anything. I meet new people, whatever it is. I've got a different air about myself, and, I like me better now.
Sounds like a maturity thing, too. For
yeah,
sure.
I would definitely say it is, for sure.
Yeah. You mentioned the military. You're in the Army WCAP. You have Winnie Condor as a teammate, world team teammate here. Ariana Villascusa is here. A couple coaches are here. What's it like to kind of be on this journey with all of them?
I love the black and gold, you know. I love the Army. I love my teammates. We've got 4 guys in the Greco team, and they're over in Kazakhstan already. And, you know, I'm rooting on every single one of them. And then we've got the 2 females. And like you said, Ariana, you know, everyone in our program works hard. Like we love our team, you know. We actually had a going away little party for Major Naraka. He retired out of the military, and he was our commander, and he was a stellar Greco-Roman athlete and incredible soldier. And we were doing this going away party, and I just kept thinking about the scene in the Wolf on Wall Street where he was like, "I ain't never leaving, like I'm never leaving." And I was telling my coach that last night, like that's how I feel like WCAP, like I'm never leaving. Like I love this team, like I love the environment, I love that we push each other. And I love that they care about me off the mat. You know, it's not just a wrestling setting, and I think that's something I definitely don't take for granted. I've, you know, been in a lot of different programs. I've seen a lot of different programs, and you know, our coaches are dedicated, and they love us on and off the mat, whether we win or lose, and that definitely pushes me to go even harder.
Very cool. Any closing thoughts or things going into Kazakhstan or finishing up acclimation camp?
Yeah, we've got a couple more days, and little little hard push, and then we'll cruise into Kazakhstan and make sure our bodies are feeling good. You know, closing remarks are, I'm grateful, I'm excited. You know, I love this journey, and I'm just happy to be here.
Let people know what day they can watch you at the World Championships.
The 18th and 19th, that's when I'll be stepping on the mat.
Track wrestling. All right, thanks, Jenna.
Thank you.